Smooth. I hope y'all been good, because it has been a minute. I'm not gonna lie, it's been 3-4 months. So I pray everybody watching this video is blessed, prospering, is at peace. But shoot, family, through a lot of meditation and thinking, a video idea had popped in my head, and as y'all can see by the title, that being idolizing the person you hope to become. Okay, what do I mean by that? I feel like every time a new year hit or a new chapter or season in our life comes, we kind of jump ship and jump to the next checkpoint. In the sense of, by the end of this year, I'm going to be or by the end of this season or by the end of the semester, I'm going to be this, that, and the third. And I really want to motivate y'all to set goals, yes. Goals are very important, and goals are not the problem here. Set goals, but do not live your life. Now, let me give y'all an example. For me, a goal that I have by the end of the year, right, is to become a profitable trader. Okay, there's a lot that goes into that. We could break that down and break down all the steps I'm taking to get there and this, that, and the third, but baseline, I have a vision of where I want to be by the end of the year. Now, right now, yes, I'm working towards that goal through actions that back up that goal. But if I sit there and think about what that person looks like, because I do this a lot, and I'm telling you right now, like, anything that you see me talk about is stuff that I struggle with now. It's me and you talking as a community, because I'm on the same playing ground as you. I'm not an instructor, I'm not a teacher. I'm a brother in Christ. But with that being said, this goal that I have, right, to be a profitable trader, the man that I see whenever I think about that goal, I see a man who's very confident. I see a man who's very disciplined, who's very patient. I see a man who is willing to wait for good opportunities to come his way before he tries to jump into them. That's a man that I see. And I also see a man that's spiritually, physically, and mentally strong whenever I think about that. But what I could be doing is always thinking about that and not putting forth any effort behind it. Okay, cool. So me just envisioning that in my mind, that goal, that place that I want to be, I can get obsessed with that. All the actions I'm putting forth to back up this goal, which in itself is not a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing. But if I'm putting forth those actions only to get to where I'm going, and the whole reason I'm putting forth them actions, I'm putting those actions forth for me in the future. I'm committing my actions to myself in the future. Because I'm so caught up with this image of myself. I'm caught up with this picture I have of myself, to where that's all I'm focused on. That's what I'm working towards. So instead of committing my actions to the Lord and allowing them to bear that fruit so that I can get to that goal, instead, I'm just looking in the future and losing the present. I might be rambling a little bit, y'all stay with me. I'm trying to get the point across though. What I am saying that to say is, do not idolize the person that you see in the mirror. that's super successful, super rich, and super, I don't know what you want to be, famous. Don't idolize that person to the point where all of your steps are just for the betterment and the goodness of that person. That person that you see in them. The actions that you take should not be for that person that you see in the mirror. All your decision making should not be for that person that you see in the mirror. Everything you do should not stem for that person that you see in the mirror, because that's where we get led astray. That's where we start to follow our heart instead of our spirit. That's where the Lord calls us to go this way, but this way looks a lot nicer. This way looks a lot more pleasant. So instead of me dropping my bags and going this way, I'm taking all my luggage and going the nicer way. I'm going the super paved, flat, straight road instead of the rocky, bumpy, distressed one, because it looks better to my human eyes. This road looks like it can get me to the man in the mirror. That will cause you to follow your heart. Goals are not the issue here. Goals are beautiful. Goals are perfect to have. Something to work towards is always amazing to have. But idolizing those goals, idolizing that man that you see, even idolizing other people who are in a similar position of where you want to be, that's where we get stuck. Because we're taking that easy path every single time. Let's take the Israelites and Moses. I used an example like this whenever I was talking about idolization a few videos back. Moses had no idea where he was going. Moses was being called from God directly to go to Egypt to get these Israelites up out of it. Not knowing where he's finna go. Not knowing what the path is finna look like. Not knowing how long it's about to take. Knowing how he's finna provide for all these people. Keyword he. He cannot provide for all these people, but God can. Y'all remember that every season of your life that feels rocky. These Israelites were starved, parched. God still provided a way. And in their disobedience, in them taking that super nice path, the comfortable one, they delayed that trip from, what was it, 10 days or 11 days to 40 years. How can you imagine that? Can you imagine feeling like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing everything right? And the whole time you're just following your heart. All the work that you're putting in, it's not going towards them goals. Commit your actions to the Lord. Be disciplined as such, and allow Him to fulfill the desires of your heart. Allow the desires of your heart to align with the Lord's will. That's what I pray over you today. And if they're not in check, which I can say for myself, a lot of mine are in check. Pray through them. Pray that the Lord reveal to you what your true motives are behind these goals. Pray the Lord to reveal to you what is good and what is bad, what bears fruit and what doesn't, what you can do with Him and what you're trying to do apart from Him. just watch the fruit come from there. Watch your life radically change from there. From following in his footsteps, that's how you will win. How can you lose? How can you lose, bro? But God bless, man. I love y'all. Hope y'all took a little something from this video. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more active on this page because I do love making content like this and just being real with y'all. Allowing y'all inside of my minds and how I kind of think my way through things in hopes of relating or allowing us to learn from each other. We are all bonded in Christ together. This is not an I give, you take situation or you take, I give. It's none of that. So I love y'all, man. Y'all stay safe, and we'll catch y'all in the next one.